Yep, a noble undertaking for sure. And I definitely take it very seriously. My name is Keith Landy, and I have a better way forward. And during this live cast, what we'll do is I'll share with you 3 brand new films debuting, and we'll play them next. And right after that, I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about what is important to our country. That's right. And make no mistake about it, what is important to our country is you. That's right. That is what is important to our country. And so I look forward to going over exactly what my platform is, what my candidacy is about. And I am your only candidate in this race for President of the United States that is somebody who can call themselves the humanities candidate. That's right, I am your humanities candidate. I put humanity first in every situation. Why? Well, that's simple. Because you matter. Because you matter. Because I matter. Because we matter. Because we matter. And because we matter, we can have such a better world. We have to first recognize that we matter and that our value, it is intrinsic with our nature as human beings. That's right. We have to change the way, the fundamental nature and the sense of the way we view ourselves. We are not putting ourselves in the proper important category that we belong within our own minds. And that's going to change under a Happy Healer / Keith Landy presidency. Because I am your Happy Healer. Make no mistake about it. That title as Happy Healer is a title I earned through a very deep spiritual journey. One that I'm not going to just give up. I intend to take the Happy Healer on the journey. And so we will. And it represents our love for our Creator. That's right. I feel like almost destined by nature to be doing something important. And I feel like all of us have that same sense about us. Indeed. Make no mistake about it. It's just so true. So what I'm going to do next, and this is how we'll do each show, is I'm going to come out each day at 9 p.m. is what the target time will be. And I will air the previous episodes that we have leading up into that as well during the live show. So this is where you're going to catch it. We're going to have great content. Oh, so amazing content. And don't you know, this is for you, the American people. Because you matter. This is a consistent and solid and steady and noble cause and steady and consistent stream. It's going to be something you can count on from your Happy Healer. Because I care. And because you matter, and we all matter, we will continue to care, and we will continue to band together. We will continue to grow this movement because we love, and we love hard, and because we go to a quest. That quest is called truth, because God is love and truth, and we recognize that. And we recognize that God is love and truth, and that because we are the humanity within, that we have to take care of each other. That when we do that, we're doing God's work. It's so clear. And it's just so easy to see. And, well, that's where the Happy Healer comes in, because he's going to remind you of that even as your president of the United States, we have to inspire people for them to realize their true value and the true nature of the human spirit and just how much we all matter. It's just so true. No matter how hard or how intense you say it, just can't make it any more true because it just is true. Well, folks, without delay and taking up any more time, what we're going to do now is move on to our next video. And here goes. This should last for about 10 minutes, give or take a little bit more, and it might go over. There's 3 videos, and we're going to just play them concurrently, one right after the next. And then I'm going to come right back on, and I assure you this is some great stuff. And I might even scoot the video over a little bit and pop in while they're going on. I'm sure I will, because 10 minutes is a bit to go through. So hang in there and enjoy. This is all quality material. This is why we're running, to get closer to the people, that you matter, that we all matter, and, well, just don't you know how true it is, right? It's just so true.
What's it funny? It's not funny. With the views on the view. That's the close.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. Here's what we're going to do. Are you, Amber, how you doing?
Awesome.
Okay, Amber, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do that again, but this time we're going to make a little change. Are you ready to sing for America?
Yeah, I like singing and being rich.
Okay, start your song. When are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, it's coming on soon.
I keep on falling in love with you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good, at times I feel yours.
Step up here more. It's okay. When we fail, right there, we try again. True heroism, it's not defined by those who fought but didn't fall. It's defined. You're doing great. By those who fought and fell and rose again. Let's do this again. Alright, cue it up.
With you, sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue, sometimes I feel good,
You're killing it.
I feel you, love you, makes me so want you. I keep falling in love of the
Okay, so that was what you were hearing. That was Amber. A very, very special person. And she was one of my guests recently. And it's important for you to know that because, and we have a special show here for you guys. So just, I'm going to give you a better view than what we started off with. And hey, Cassie, how's it going, honey? And so what I want to do is just come on in a variety of ways. And I think this is a great way of doing it. That we can have you guys right here. That I'm your happy healer running for president, Keith Landy, make no mistake about it. But that we're also live, and you could see this is us live on the channel. So if you're catching us here or there, it's very interactive. It allows me an opportunity. And hi, Brenda, how's it going? And it allows me an opportunity to be able to talk to you guys and to be able to share some special stuff. And so what I do usually, what worked out the last time, is that when I come on live and I just share the video as I'm coming on, and I sort of did that, and I got a bunch of people that was watching, and that was really cool. And I think what got it off going in the right direction was that I was able to share it to some groups. But here's the tricky part to that, and it could really stall a great show. And, you know, we're being heard from both areas here, and perhaps I should reposition this way for a moment. When I get to showing some content, I want to show you guys. But basically what happens is you end up doing that, and you put yourself in a position because you share it to the groups, and then all of a sudden the groups, maybe if they tune in for a moment, I just had that song going, and I feel like a couple of the groups might have not understood what was about to happen, that we were about to get into this. But instead they felt maybe it was uncategorized to their group. And see, something like that really hurts the program, or hurts what I'm trying to do. Because then what happens is, well, you're blacklisted. You know, Facebook just takes down every posting on a group that you did. And so then you're just basically like you're just with your local people. That's it. So I'm kind of sensing that may or may not have happened. I don't know. I would wish that when you guys see, if you know or if you're new, that you just hang in there, you have the courage. I'm dealing with 8-second warriors all the time, and I have some very hefty meat to get into in terms of what we're actually, you know, trying to accomplish here. And so, you know, and it's such a loving thing. This is not about being partisan or being hateful or trying to be condescending or tell you how to think or what to think or anything like that. It's about growing. It's about acknowledging that we have value as human beings, and that we grow, and that we're dedicated to growing. And so that's all it is. It's just making that acknowledgement and that leap of faith, and that transition, because ultimately speaking, that is such a worthwhile cause, and it would solve all of our issues, really. The big ones, the ones that are likely to get us into a war, the ones that are already responsible for untold hardship in this country, the kind that you don't usually hear about. And who gains from that? Nobody gains from that. Nobody benefits from having that kind of hateful environment, and it just seems that few people politically benefit from it, and that the news media benefits from it, but the people, they're long overdue something much different. They're ready for it too. They're long overdue. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Facebook, you better be on your game. You better be on your game. You know, we're putting out a good show, and we put out great content, and committed to doing that because you matter, you know the drill. And it's like Facebook doesn't reward that at all, you know? I mean, if you come on and you're for just a moment, you're putting something in, you're loading something, you're about to go. Because I was actually, you know, doing that. Bam. I already know it. It's very indicative. You can read through the system. When you start doing this stuff enough, you don't need somebody to tell you how it works. Facebook leaves all of this stuff arbitrary. Well, allow your happy healer to tell you what they're doing. You're allowed to share up to about 5 to 6 groups. If look at my account, how often I share things. I don't do it even a lot. So you're allowed to share up to about 5 or 6 groups if you're me, and maybe 7 groups in one shot. And you're skirting on it if you go 8 or whatever. And here's the thing: the moment you go, it's arbitrary. You don't know this going into it. You just have to get in trouble enough to figure it out. And so what happens is you do it, and just that one extra group, can I go one more? And then you do the wrong one, and bam. Now they shut you down, and your whole word, everything you're fighting for, the people's champion, the people's word, everything shut down for 48 hours, for 72 hours. And then people say Facebook isn't having an effect on the election. Excuse me? What about if you're the people's candidate? I assure you, Facebook is having an effect on the election. And that's the part that we all have to be concerned about, because really, doesn't need to be that way. So here's what we have. We're going to have me coming right back out, and this applies whether you're watching here or whether you're watching there. And you're going to have me here now with you, and we just spent some time. And I'm actually going to position the camera towards the monitor, and so you get a view on the cell phone. I'm live here too. And then what we're going to do is put on the video. This is a special video. And this is about the family that I took on for a week, and that they were staying with me, and it turned out to be 10 days. And I was abused as a giving person in some ways, but not in any way that I didn't anticipate can or might happen. And because I'm equipped with it mentally, I know how to handle and deal with people. And because I have God on my side, of course, all great and loving people do. And so, and because of those facts, we were able to move through it and work through it. And now we have some very special material to share. And so I look forward to sharing that material and so much more. And also, each day we come on, I'm going to make it a point at 9 p.m. to just come on. And we'll have whatever it was that day, the activities that was for the Happy Healers Run for the Presidency, that is to say, Keith Landy. And you should go to keithlandy.com to see more about that and to get involved and help in any way you can, especially if you're local to Orlando. I know a lot of my Orlando friends who have learned about me, some people just today, because I was out today doing some canvassing. And I told you, come and watch, and I know you guys have been coming and checking it out, and I've been getting your messages, so that's great. And get involved with the campaign. I want you to contact me. Contact me through happyhealerforpresident.com, but you can use the website, but you have to put US at Happy Healer for President. So there it is, US at happyhealerforpresident.com. Just send me a message. We're going to have a conversation. And people that get involved early on, just think about it. This message can grow. And if it does, well, that means I'm your candidate. And let's just think about that for a moment. If you're local, you can be a part of that. You'll be close to the candidate early on. And so I plan on taking it all the way through. And I want to work hard. I want you to be there with me. I want you to believe. I'm not getting into this to be like, at all. If anybody wants to be of the divisive category, you just have to do that on your own. Because we are building a unified team. We are building a unified America. And we are doing it because you matter, and because I matter, and we all matter, and because we're all just so sick and tired of living in the division that they created, and that God wants this for us, and that we deserve it. And that's why. So check out this video coming up next here on Landy Mantics. The brands of passions that backs the Happy Healers Run for the Presidency. And that, of course, is none other than your Keith Landy right here. So let's do it. Let's do something special together. Let's change the world. And let's change our own lives in the process. And let's be brave enough and courageous enough to do it. And let's inspire others every step of the way. Let's show them that love wins.
Happy healer, come on this journey with your happy healer. Come on this journey with your happy healer. Come on this journey with your happy healer today. Don't waste a moment. We give this moment to you. We just know it's so true. We give this moment to you. Life is just so precious. And we gotta care about people. And we gotta treat people with kindness.
So where we're at right now is I'm helping out these folks. They don't really have anywhere to go now. I've had them here for a week and they don't want to leave. You know, to be a good person and just one of us to be a good person is so much pressure. Wouldn't it be easy if there's a lot of good people that we were all loving and we all treated each other like family, and that we had a leader that was that way and setting such a great example? I wish we all did that. If we did, there would be tremendous rewards for all of us. Nobody should have to be without a home. Nobody should have to be without the things they need, the sustenance. How can you have a loving life when you don't have that stuff? And then it turns people to an ugly side. It makes them desperate. People do bad things when they're desperate. That's what I learned. Why do we make people so desperate? Why do we put them in such desperate situations? Why? I'll never understand that. How can you take a man and a woman or anyone, a child, anybody, how can you put them in such a desperate situation where you put their sustenance? Their sustenance is the roof, the food, the basic things. And by the way, usually the health, because you can get by a day without focusing on your health, isn't even looked at as sustenance by the poor people. They can't, that'd be like a dream. Yeah, we need changes. And that's why your happy healer's writing. Don't want to go because they don't have anywhere else to go. I understand. As a human being, as the happy healer, I understand. They have nowhere to go from here. I remember when I was in Germany, I had to leave the place I was at also, and that I had nowhere to go. I just want love. I want free love. And part of free love is willingness. You are not going to force somebody on anything. And so I just say love. I say love with your heart. Do things for the right reasons and you won't regret doing them. And that's how I live my life. And by example.
What's it funny? It's not funny. With the goose under you. That's the close.
Yeah. You're doing a great job. Here's what we're gonna do. Are you, Amber? How you doing?
Awesome.
Okay, Amber. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and do that again, but this time we're gonna make a little change. Are you ready to sing for America?
Yeah, I like singing and being rich.
Okay. Start your song. When are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, it's coming on soon.
I keep on falling in love with you. Sometimes I love you, sometimes you make me blue. Sometimes I feel good, at times I feel yours.
Step up here a little more. It's okay. When we fail, we try again. True heroism
It's not defined by those who fought but didn't fall. It's defined
You're doing great. I want
by
to
those who
portray you
fought
perfect.
and fell and rose again. Let's do this again.
In a
All right,
club
cue it up.
with you. Sometimes I love you. Sometimes you make me move. Sometimes I feel good.
You're doing it.
I feel you. Loving you, makes me so confused. I keep on falling in love, with you. I never love someone better than you. Never felt this way. Honey, you give me so much pleasure. I mean so much pain. Just when I think more than you could afford, and I'm so falling, hanging on with you. I keep on falling in love, with you. I never love someone without you. Always
Is that what that's pretty much what it is, right?
Coming, we're coming for you. This happy healer, he loves you. So come on this journey, why don't you come on this journey with your happy healer too? We just have the world together, everything in it is just so rad. Oh, come on this journey with your happy healer. Come on this journey with your happy healer. Come on this journey with your happy healer. Come on this journey with your happy healer today. Don't waste a moment. We give this moment to you. We just know it's so true. We give this moment to you. Life is just so precious. And we gotta care about people. And we gotta treat people with kindness. So where we're at right now is I'm helping out these folks. They don't really have anywhere to go now. I've had them here for a week and they don't want to leave. You know, to be a good person and just one of us to be a good person is so much pressure. Wouldn't it be easy if there's a lot of good people that we were all loving and we all treated each other like family, and that we had a leader that was that way and setting such a great example? I wish we all did that. If we did, there would be tremendous rewards for all of us. Nobody should have to be without a home. Nobody should have to be without the things they need, the sustenance. How can you have a loving life when you don't have that stuff? And then it turns people to an ugly side. It makes them desperate. People do bad things when they're desperate. That's what I learned.
True.
Why do we make people so desperate? Why do we put them in such desperate situations? Why? I'll never understand that. How can you take a man and a woman or anyone, a child, anybody, how can you put them in such a desperate situation where you put their sustenance? Their sustenance is the roof, the food, the basic things. And by the way, usually the health, because you can get by a day without focusing on your health, isn't even looked at as sustenance by the poor people. They can't, that'd be like a dream. Yeah, we need changes. And that's why you're happy healers right now. Don't want to go because they don't have anywhere else to go. I understand.
Yeah.
As a human being, as the happy healer, I understand. They have nowhere to
talk
go
about
from
this.
here. I remember when I was in Germany, I had to leave the place I was at also, and that I had nowhere to go. I just want love. I want free love. And part of free love is willingness. You are not going to force somebody on anything.
Okay.
And so I just say love.
Yeah, so that's just so true. And that's really what we've been fighting for this whole time, is just love. Yummy. Okay, so we're going to continue here and keep the fun going, but because the algorithms, because you lose if you just stay on and go, it's better, especially if you're starting out. See, it depends on where and how many people are on board. A lot of different factors come into it, but the bottom line is for us to keep a smart way forward, it's time for us to wrap this one up. So we'll be back on soon. And when we are, that will be in the next, let's say, 30 minutes or so. That'll be a good one. So I'm going to come back on tonight because I do have more I want to share. But we're just going to be smart about it. All right? So we'll see you soon.